So, good morning, YouTube. This meeting was set up to discuss systemic racism, and I didn't want Officer Glass to be here in the first place. They basically invited him. We're ready to go on with the meeting, and now that they know that I'm recording, just like Officer Glass is recording, they don't want to continue with the meeting. Now, what's come up is, well, we need to make sure that we can record. And we're at the library, as a matter of fact, which is a public place. I didn't choose for the meeting to be private. From my knowledge, it's a public meeting. We're in a public library. And now everybody's scared now because I'm actually recording. But Officer Glass is also recording also. So Officer Glass just made an incorrect statement saying that he's the police, so I don't have consent on whether or not he records or not. I mean, that's not even true. Officer Glass already knows, according to the Supreme Court, that cops can record, citizens can record, this is a public library. But what Officer Glass does is he puts stuff in people's head to make them question actual constitutional law. So the First Amendment, we're covered under the First Amendment, the right to record. Officer Glass is technically held to the same standards as everyone else. And that's where the problem lies at. Someone told him that he's not held to the same standards. So now we're in this room trying to proceed with the meeting regarding systemic racism. And now the issue of me recording has come up. They don't want me to record, but I want to record because this needs to get out to what they're doing to people at this library. And I said, if they don't like it, they can sue me. It's not illegal.
All right, I'm going to suspend this meeting for just a moment while I follow up with my supervisor to find out whether or not I'm following the procedures of the city. Okay, so I'm going to ask everybody to step out for a few minutes while I follow up.
Okay.
I have the intention of continuing this meeting, but I need to find out all the information now that you've said this and now that you've asked me whether or not we give consent.
And I
don't
will
know the answer.
I will be looking this up too.
Okay.
And like I started to explain to you guys also, it's basically wiretapping laws. What everybody's referring to as wiretapping laws, that's where this comes from. Everything stems off of the federal wiretapping laws, and it's for private. This is not a private meeting. This is a public library. So we cannot apply the wiretapping laws, the federal wiretapping laws, which is what he's saying, the two-party consent.
So
we can't
I'm not
apply
sure
that in a public setting. This is
I understand what you're saying.
or we can have the meeting outside. That solves it. Let's go outside. Then that we can stand right outside.
My understanding is they deemed that this would be a public meeting. Again, check, I'm not the attorney there, that there would have to be postings, people would have be able to have access to this meeting, so those sort of things would come up if this is deemed to be a public
So
meeting.
we are treating this as a patron complaint follow-up, so we would perceive this meeting as a private meeting because it's a patron complaint follow-up with Mr. Doe. Now, however, I don't necessarily object to being recorded because we're just listening to what he has to say to us in this meeting. But also, now that I understand what the question is, as far as whether this is a public or private meeting, I've been advised to ask the city clerk if we're doing the right thing. It'll take me a few minutes.
It's all good.
That's it.
And then
Let's
if
just wait a minute.
she says something different, we could take it outside. The public is the public. Public is public. We can have the meeting outside. We can do the meeting wherever you want to do the meeting at.
This may be no big deal. I just need to find the answer real quick.
Okay.
All right. So let's just suspend.